Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Teutonic Tangents with my good brother Tyler and myself. We're both rocking the white haze, the good old white haze rains tonight. We're twins. It didn't happen uh, on purpose, just fate. So it was badass. We
Not
matched up
sponsored,
tonight. So
unfortunately, but maybe we will be in the future.
unfortunately,
Rain, Monster, if you're listening. I don't know if you know that or not, but Monster actually makes rain.
yeah. And then Bang too. That's like all like basically like the same people. Bangs and rains are the same, and yeah, it's awesome though. But yeah, hopefully one day we'll be like half Thor Bjornsson and. Every little before we do anything, just let out a grunt and just chug the rest of our fucking rain. uh, yeah. For anybody who's gonna check into this one, thanks for tuning in and watching on this one. We hope it'll be a little different kind of vibe today. Tyler had the idea, and it'll be awesome. Tyler, if you'd like to explain what we're gonna be kind of talking about today.
Yes. So today we are going to be discussing anything and everything to do with video games. The original topic that I brought up to Cody was more so on the nostalgia side of it, and just talking about nostalgic video games, memories that we have, ranking games, ranking characters from different games, stuff like that. So it's gonna be a different, but it's gonna be a pretty fun episode.
Fuck yeah, that it shall be. So yeah. I guess for any full fun announcements, for a little quick small talk, warming up into it before we get in there. We, I think an episode that we did just a couple days ago, it didn't make the cut because just stuff we had to figure out on the editing side and just like programs that basically it was like some lost files. But overall, what we just talked about, just to briefly summarize it in 30 seconds. Um, Obviously Tyler's whooping ass. I'm putting some music out there and shit, vocals. So obviously that's like going beautifully. He let out a good independent video, so I'm sure he's already touched on a lot of this shit. But yeah, I mean overall though, we do have the culture of the Teutons coming. I'm about to be going over because we had a video, it didn't make it, and overall we were just like, well, it works out anyways. We're probably gonna redo it, and we want to make it more structured, organized. Our original recording was very distracted, so we got that coming. We're gonna do a nice, proper, beautiful uh, review of Chapter One and how people can kind of use that. And then we got Enlisted. We're gonna be talking. That's gonna be one of the games that's gonna get brought up. But we're
Yep.
gonna be making anybody who likes Enlisted. I love Enlisted. Tyler loves Enlisted.
And if you
So
don't like
that's gonna be.
Enlisted, you will after we get done talking about it.
Yeah, you guys gotta try it. Yeah. But so yeah, we got an episode of that gonna be coming. We got so much good shit coming. So yeah, I guess before we get into it, Tyler, you got anything for announcements on your end?
I do not, and I do not because the other independent video that I put out, I already covered pretty much everything in it, and that was put out earlier today. So I don't have anything new other than what I've already said in that video.
Tyler, take it away.
All right, should we jump right into it?
Let's do it, man. Hell yeah.
All right, so I got 10 questions here. And I figured the way that we could do it is I'll go through one question at a time. I'll ask you first. You can answer the question, give your input on it, and then I'll go through and I'll answer the same question, do everything from my end as well. Then we can just go back and forth like that, if that works for you.
Absolutely.
All right. So, first question is if you remember, what was the very first video game you remember playing?
First game I remember playing. Oh, I think it was either on just like the original Xbox, like just when they came out and it was just like Xbox. Um, I actually think I remember playing games on that before I played on PS2. I had a PS2 Sunline, but the original Xbox I actually played. I watched my parents play it, and I played it a little bit too. It was uh, it was either Doom 3, um, or it was the Halo games, specifically Halo 3.
That's a
And
good one.
yeah, I remember for Halo 3, if that's the memory, I really think it's that one, but I remember it's lost sadly somewhere out there. Um, but my dad, he and my uncle, they recorded it, and I was like, just like, how old would I have been? I would have been like fucking 7 or 8 or something like that. But like, I remember went up the hill. If anybody knows the Valhalla map on Halo 3, it's like the two towers on both ends, and there's all the like the country in the middle. But there's a lot of like hills you can go up. I think my dad or whoever's in the Banshee. Anybody knows about the Banshees that fly?
I love
They're
those fucking
flying.
things.
Yeah, they're fucking flying. Fucking. One of them was flying one of those. I was driving on a mongoose, little mongoose, cool little like 4-wheeler. Went up one of the hills, and like keep in mind I'm like young. I just did this nonchalantly. My dad was fine. He was trying to bomb me. I jumped off of it, jumped off the mongoose, jumped onto his Banshee, kicked him out of it, jumped back out of the Banshee, and jumped back onto the mongoose, and then just kept driving off. And they had it recorded, and they were like, "What the fuck? Like, my son just did that shit!" And like, I was just some like young kid, and I was just like, "Wow!" And yeah, it was just like it was a huge ego booster too, because I was like so young and I was already whooping ass, so I like knew like yeah, just kind of a natural at it. So that was my first memory. Yeah.
I think for me, I know it's not the very first game that I played. I can't remember the name of it, but the first one that I actually remember was on the GameCube. If anybody knows what the hell that is, makes me feel old just talking about it. But the very first game I actually remember playing was one of the Zelda games. I think it was Majora's Mask. I absolutely
Majora's
love that game. It also scared the hell out of me too. I don't know why it gave me nightmares with the weird fucking mask thing.
God. Yeah, I remember GameCube too. Oh man, that's like classic in the way the game would like start up and shit, but like
Yeah,
it
I
was
got that
like it
fucking
was
theme stuck in my head whenever it boots up.
yeah, God.
But I never
Um
really played much of Halo 3, but I do know whenever I got my Xbox 360, I don't have it anymore. Obviously, this was a while ago. The very first Halo game that I played that I fell in love with was Halo Reach. That was a really good one.
Halo, you said Halo Reach?
Yeah,
Start with that. Halo Reach is actually I think uh I want to say it's my favorite one. I have I remember my dad, that's actually one of the ones he got he bought it, he pre-ordered it, and the Xbox, everything was Halo Reach themed, but also it came with, anybody can look it up. It came in this huge package, and it was all five nobles, because obviously Noble 6 is like your character, so it's like they kind of left that one out because it's like it's you, but they made the five nobles, Noble 1, Noble 2, Noble 3, Noble 4, Noble 5, and they're on this like mountain. It's literally a statue. It's like a big statue, probably like like this round is pretty wide. It's like it's huge. It has all of them like in their own poses and shit, like they're at war, and then like really solid. Like it felt like it was like fucking sculptor really did this shit, all their colors, and then it comes with this cool ass box. It's like it looks like it's like actually a UNSC box, like a box where you find like a cargo crate in Halo somewhere. And it when you open it up, it has I had all these cool like papers and shit and manuals about how like the Spartan armor was made, like almost like you're a scientist with notes or something like that. And it had like literally it showed like a little just a graph of like a Spartan like this. It shows the armor head to toe, and it has all these cool little um like materials. It's like this part of the helmet is made of this, and it was like when he pre-ordered it, like it was like nuts. And then I think for the end game, for what it did for him in game, since he pre-ordered it as well, it made I think for free he got like the flaming head. There's different effects that you can have on your armor while you're just playing. Well, his was the flaming head, so he just got the when he was playing online, his like head was like flamed and it looked cool. But I was remember that he had that for so long. It had the statue was the coolest thing. So it was a decoration piece around the house, and yeah, it was just literally just all five Spartans just sitting on a mountain and shit. But yeah, they went all out. I think when that game came out, like Halo was really booming. Like Halo 3 came out, and then they did like Halo 3 ODST, and then
I think that's the one I
Halo
played,
Reach.
the
Yeah, that
ODST.
one's a good one too. ODST. Yeah, that one's sad. It was like the vibes of it. It's like it's such a different vibe too because like you're actually human. You know, you're not a Spartan. You're just a ODST Marine just coming down, and you know you can die pretty easily. You know, there's no going through up an ass. Like when you go up and against an elite or a brute, it's like a lot more brutal. You gotta be careful. Yeah, those are memories right there. Halo's where it's at. I think they kind of fell off though. I never played Halo 5. Um,
I didn't even know there was a Halo 5.
yeah, it's Halo 5. I never played it,
I
but
guess
it
that's
was.
case in point right there about them falling off. I
uh,
didn't even know it existed.
Did you ever play Halo Wars?
Halo Wars? Um, I don't think so. I don't know what that is.
So Halo Wars, they have a second one too, but it's like from almost like a it's command and conquer kind of style, but it's like a like overhead kind of view, and you have different units. You try to build your outposts, and like it's more like you're commanding units, and you know, kind of like armies in a sense. It's kind of cool. You kind of commanding armies and shit like that, and you're using that to fight against the Covenant and shit. So I think it's kind of cool. I liked it because it was like wasn't really first person. It was more like tactical or not tactical, strategic. So you know, like you have your guys like, all right, move the warthogs up, and then it's like, all right, we got the Spartans are here, and then like the Spartans are there, and you gotta move them into position and stuff. It's pretty cool. And the graphics were really good on it. So yeah, those are pretty cool too. But they were killing it. And then yeah, Halo 5 came out, and it was just I never played it.
So next question is, I feel like we both probably already answered this one. Is what console did you grow up playing the most? With you, was it the original Xbox?
No, actually,
No.
because luckily my family they were all gamers. Like they were pretty big on games. Like they loved to have fun doing that shit. So we went through a lot of consoles. But damn, I'm trying to think of how many game hours I could think. But 'cause I
Too
played
many.
the hell out of the play. Yeah, I know, right? Because I played the shit out of the PlayStation 2 Slimline. That was awesome. I have good memories playing like Star Wars Battlefront 2, all these good games. But I actually think it would have had to have been the Xbox 360 because like I think like the Xbox 360 like stayed out for so many years. Like it was like a huge amount of time. It was that was the console before they moved on to the first Xbox One. Um, I remember getting that too. Like I still have my original Xbox One. It stopped working. Like it lasted. I remember messaging my grandma. I think it was actually 2023 or 2022. It was like I want to say 2023 or whenever I got out. Like right after I saw you guys. Um, my Xbox One it stopped working, and I got that way back in 2012. It was like Christmas of 2012 or some shit like that, and then or 2013. It was something like that. So it lasted like 10 years without any issues at all. Um, but yeah, before like the Xbox One started to get advertised, like in terms of Xbox, same thing with the PS3, like the PlayStation 3. That was like the console, and it took them forever to like start to be like, all right, now the PlayStation 4 is out. So yeah, it was Xbox 360. 'Cause, like my whole childhood was just playing like all of the WWE games, all of the Halo games. You know, at the time, Call of Duty was actually really good. It used to be really good. Like good old like the Black Ops and Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3. Yeah, I'd have to say Xbox 360 in terms of the actual just like sheer hours of just playing. I think it adds up to more than anything. So, yeah, how about you?
That makes sense. I think for me, I had the Xbox 360 and I had the PlayStation 2. I remember playing a lot on the 360, playing Halo Reach. I always played in Forge. I didn't really care much for the campaign. I just wanted to play in Forge, build shit, and just fuck around all the time. Yeah, that brings back a lot of memories. You also reminded me of something with the Star Wars Battlefront 2 on the PlayStation 2. I remember playing that all the time too. That was probably the game that I played the most of. I don't know why. I just loved it. I wasn't even into Star Wars. I just really liked the game.
Yeah.
But out of those two, the one that I played the most, the console, was probably the Xbox 360. But my favorite console that I ever, it's not really a console, favorite thing I ever played games on was PC. And for those of you who don't know, that's a picture of my mom right there. She passed away before I really got to know her. But she was really big into computers. I feel like that's probably why I'm really big into computers. She was a little nerd. But one of her favorite games that she loved to play, and I still actually have this game somewhere, the same one that she had on her computer, was the original Diablo game. I don't know if you played any of
Wow.
those games or not, but
I know of them. Wow.
unfortunately, it's
That's
scratched
cool.
up to the point where it won't really run. It's too damaged, but we still got it in a box somewhere. So that's pretty cool. And
That's
out of
awesome.
all the games that I played, the Diablo game was probably my all-time favorite.
Wow. Hell yeah. That's cool shit. I didn't know that about your mom. That's like really cool. It's like, yeah, it's something cool how it just like it passes down to you, you know. You just your parents are like that. It's just kind of in you, you know, the same kind of vibes and shit. But I think that's cool. I think PC at the end of the day, that's where it's at. Like I still play the shit out of my Xbox just because there's a convenience because like it's kind of like some games like GTA. It doesn't do too well with if you have progress on the Xbox. It like even if you try to type in your Xbox account, they're like, yeah, it's connected. Just type it into PC. It doesn't work. Like it'll basically tell you like, yeah, no, you gotta restart. So a lot of times I do have my Xbox for a lot of games. Like I love playing my NHL game. I love hockey. Uh, I play Enlisted on there. So whenever we go to play Enlisted, I usually just play on there because it's cross-platform. But most other games, like Bannerlord 2, that's another one we're gonna have to do. Bannerlord, that's gonna be brought up eventually again. But yeah, there's quite a few. But PC, definitely the way the world's going, it's just kind of like PC is where it's at. You know, you can do way more. You can mod stuff. Pretty cool. You can do a lot of cool shit. So yeah.
We'll say one other thing too about my mom. I don't only have that same exact Diablo game that she had the same copy of it, but I actually still have her old computer that she used all the time too. It's a really old Dell computer. It probably doesn't work right now, but one thing that I'm wanting to do is I want to take it apart and replace some of the parts in it and see if I can get it running again. So that's probably going to be
That'd be,
one project that I'm working on here soon.
that'd be so cool. Fuck yeah. Yeah,
If I
that'd be
can ever
really
get it
cool.
fixed. That thing is older than I am.
Yeah. And that'd be so cool though. Just like it'd be like a relic, you know, just something with memory and energy in it. It'd be so cool.
All right, let's see here. Other than what we already listed, is there one specific game that you played way too much as a kid? Like
Mm.
specifically, where I'm going with that is like, is there any? I know for me, I had too much caffeine. It's fucking with my head right now. Damn brains. What was I saying? Like a game that you would just intentionally stay up all night playing. Like even if you had school the next day, you weren't supposed to be staying up late at night, but you would stay up all night anyways to try to play the game. Like one that you're really
Oh,
obsessing over.
oh yeah, man. When GTA 5, well, even GTA 4, the one before that, I played the shit out of it because I loved like one of my favorite YouTubers around that time was the Gaming Lemon. He's like I still just for gaming, I always like to keep him at my number one because he got me through those years. But he's a British or an English YouTuber, and he would do really cool videos. Like they're still on there. He still records and makes them and stuff. But he like does it like it's an art, and he'll go through and he'll like role play it, and he'll do like okay, like cause he has the GTA 4 specifically where you do it on PC. So he'd be like, all right, Nico Bellic, he's put on mod on it, and he's like Iron Man. So he would do cool videos like Iron Man versus the Hulk, and he would make it look really good, like cinematic to movie. And so that inspired me a lot. I was like, oh, I want to do cool stuff just in my head, just role play it, and I would just make these scenarios. I did that with GTA 4, but like when GTA 5 came out, and how like the amount of shit you could do, like buying property, having multiple cars, editing it down to like the most like tiniest details, and like changing your outfits, all this shit. There's just so much more to it. So I was like, when that came out, I would stay up so fucking late every night. I was like in middle school when it came out, so uh, I I did not give a shit. I stayed up all night just playing it, just because it's so fun. Because like for me, I always loved like role playing and doing those kind of things. It was just really cool being able to um, go on there, and even if I'm just playing by myself all night, you kind of come up with these cool creative ideas, I guess, as I don't know, cool creative outlet. You can make role play scenarios. So yeah, I would. I think at the time, I think that was the one that would really keep me up all night. Cause Call of Duty, I could call it a night. Other games I could kind of call it a night, but GTA, when it's like you're just like, oh, I should do this, I should do this. It was just it's too much fun. Not to mention too, you know, uh, going, becoming a teenager and shit. Uh, all the sex and all the crazy stuff that there is in it. The little uh fucking horny little teenager or whatever. That was kind of
Yeah,
like
it's very appealing to him.
yeah, very very. Oh my god! Whenever GTA 5 when it came out on Xbox One as well, and they did the first person update. As a kid, that was even crazier because I was like, oh, I can do all these like sexual things in first person now. It's like I'm there, and just be like, it's silly, but it was a lot of fun. There was so much cool stuff you could do in the game.
We've all
So,
been in that
uh,
situation, whether we want to admit it or not.
oh yeah, I think my first ever was like video game kind of like HOTS 4 kind of thing was I always think it was Cortana from Halo. Like I was one of those guys. Specifically, like the first time ever, because there's Halo 1, Halo 2, but the one that really like got me into it was Halo 3. And then when Halo 4 came out, they updated the way she looks totally, and they even like are making all of her curves and everything crazy. And I was like, Jesus Christ, like they're going all out with this AI shit. And so yeah, that was my first one. But yeah, GTA 5 though. Sorry, it's a long answer, but GTA
Nah,
5 is
you're
the
good.
one that kept me up all night.
Hey, that's why we're called Teutonic Tangents. And since we're talking about video game characters that we had the hots for, I know exactly who mine is. I don't even have to think about it. It's Athena from the first God of War game.
Yeah,
I don't know why, but that's who it was. I can't explain it.
yeah. Those games were. I know exactly what you're talking about too, because those games too. That was like in the older God of Wars, when you'd go to like a little tavern. Um, it wouldn't show it, but you could hear it, and it would just
Oh
show
yeah.
him, and like girls are giggling, and he's like having sex, and he's like a demigod, so he's like pleasuring like five women at once or something like that. And there's like a bunch of women giggling. It's
Yep.
just like I always forget that I'm like that was such like a all these sexual innuendos.
But for my answer to the question, surprisingly, it's not God of War. That's not the one that I spent way too much time playing. I had a Nintendo DS. I don't know if I'm sure you know what that is. Oh, most people do. We're not that old. But I had one of those for a while, and I always stayed up all night playing video games on it. And the one that I played the most of was probably one of the Mario games. I think it was Super Mario 64 DS. It was like the first open world Mario game that they came out with. I think that was probably it for me. I was really big into
Damn,
Mario back then. I absolutely loved all those games. I still like all those games, but
dude, I didn't even think about DS. I don't know if you had it, but when it came out, it was like 2012-ish or something like that. But the 3DS first came out,
yep,
and I remember my
I bought
dad
one of those too.
he got me that. Yes, that was fun because, and I loved it too how you could play the older DS games too. It just didn't have like that extra little longer piece to it, but it
Yeah,
could still go in there. They allowed you to play older games, and
and you can still play
mine
Game
was
Boy games on it
always
too.
yes, you could do all that shit. It was so cool, and that was like the really big DS where I remember I was able to like browse other things like almost like its version of YouTube or something like that. There's all these like options you could do, and I was just like, my mind was blown because yeah, DSs were everything to me, and I loved playing. I had the original DS too, and I think my sister, we didn't have a lot of money at the time, but they were able. My mom was able to get her a DS Lite, and I was so happy for it. It was like a really nice pink, little thinner PS Lite when they were trying to make it thinner and sleeker. And then mine was like the thick original DS, and it was a blue one. And I didn't care. I liked it. It was just whatever. It was blue. It was boyish. And we played um, Sonic, like the Sonic game, and you could both you could play together and stuff. And you're both like going. You can see each other on there, and like you're trying to race each other
Oh yeah,
and it was fun. But Pokemon, that was my biggest one. Was all the Pokemon games on the DS. That was obviously pretty huge. Um, but I even like the drawing. You could do like the fucking you sit there and like do the little DS sketching or whatever, and just
I remember that. I got in so
yeah,
much
and you.
trouble with that because I was just drawing dicks all the time, just sitting on the random people.
It's fucking great. Yeah, I can't even didn't even think about that until you brought that up. Yeah, man, that shit was crazy. And some people are still like that is their console. Like they won't play anything else. Like they're just still on like they always stay with the Nintendo because like Wii's were also so much fun. I loved Wii. I think that also probably was one of and up there with like keeping me up or whatever or like amount of game hours I spent on a Wii. Just like even just from like Wii Sports or all the crazy like Wii Sports like the different games they do like branching off. Like there was one it was like the resort one and there was like all kinds of shit you could do. Like you could like try to do a game mode where you're floating across the resort and you're trying to collect these things, or you could what was there? It was like everything you would do at a resort. There was even like fencing, just all these things though. I just remember how like crazy the Wii was. They just came out with all these creative shit, and it was like so much fun.
Yeah, I know I
Mario
was
Kart,
mind blown whenever the Wii came out. I didn't even really care
yeah,
about most of the actual games that came out with it. I was just more focused on the me sports side of it, and I think my favorite thing to do
yeah,
on it was either the fencing or the golf. I think the golf was probably my favorite.
oh, so much fun. Yeah, and creating your little me character that was awesome.
I
And then
made
like
mine
oh, I
short and
remember
fat as fuck.
yeah, and then you could like pick them up and like they'd be in that weird white room. There's just like 80 of them because like all the people who created their characters on your Wii, and you could just like go through there and just click on them and you could just like drag them, and then the other Mii's would be like looking up at him while you're just holding dangling him in the air.
They bring back so many fucking memories.
Yeah. Oh man, Mario Kart 2. Like I remember how cool it was. Because they had it all decked out. Like people just started going crazy. You come over to some friend's house and they have like the coolest little wheel because you don't need the wheel, but it like looks cool and it's easier. Like you put your like Wii remote into it, and you can sit there and do that. But I remember some people would go all out, and they would have like the most decked out fucking things, and the memories of some people didn't have the main rubber thing that goes around the actual remote. And some people did, some people didn't. But the cliche memory of accidentally letting go during bowling and like fucking launching it to the TV screen.
I almost did that a few times. I'm so glad I didn't. I would have got my ass beat so fucking bad.
Yeah, I never wristed it up. I always had the little wrist thing on. God, memories.
But the next section is coincidentally about nostalgia, which I know we've been talking about that for a minute now, but I got some specific questions to go along with it, so it won't be too redundant. Uh, out of every game that you have played, which one gives you the strongest nostalgia today?
Hmm. Who might play? I think if I could at least do a top three, uh, I'd have to say um, any of the Halo games really, but I think probably. Oh man, that's so tough because all of them I could just imagine the soundtrack. I could imagine like just the sounds of like the menu, but like I think anywhere from just in the Halo games, it's one choice itself. The Halo 3, Halo Reach, or Halo 4, that's one choice. But like any of those games, because they just all kind of have the same Halo vibe, or it has you like feel a certain way, especially the soundtrack when it hits. Either that, um, probably the DS, because you brought that up, and I'm like, whoa, like I think hearing certain noises like that, that's like huge memories. Uh, and then my last, I'd probably have to say, I think just GTA, like specifically GTA 5. Because I think forever, even my wife, I have it on my laptop right now, and her and I have been still playing it because the new GTA 6 is coming out. So everybody on GTA 5, they're calling it the ultimate thing you can do. The last thing you can do is get the big mansion. It's like the newest thing that came out where you're able to buy for property on GTA 5 online. So they're saying like that is like the last ultimate thing you can do is set up your GTA 5 online character with like a comfortable big mansion. So that way, like whenever you leave him and you go to get GTA 6, he'll be comfy and he'll just have like a nice mansion. You can always know like, oh, he's happy. He's in the
Sounds
GTA
about right.
5 world. Just yeah, so it's really nostalgic. So it's like holy shit, like it's been so many years now. This game's been out. It's been like over 10 years, and finally it's like just 10 years that have just flown by, and it's like going to be a whole new world. It's going to be GTA 6. It's like closing a huge 10-year chapter. So I think always like the sound of like starting up GTA 5 is going to be huge too. So, yeah, those are my three. I had to put them into three because there's so many chapters of nostalgia. So how about you?
That's fair. Honestly, it is kind of hard to pick one specific game. I'm gonna try to, but I think the one I would pick if I had to pick one would probably be The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. I know that's not an old game. It came out like I don't even know when it came out, like 2018 or so, 2017, 2018, something like that. But the reason that that game is nostalgic for me is because I grew up playing Majora's Mask and the Ocarina of Time. Those were really big fun games on the GameCube, and I still remember back whenever those games were all pixelated, like completely pixelated 2D. Then you go into Breath of the Wild and everything. The graphics are amazing in that game. It's completely free roam and open world. There's all kinds of enemies and shit. They did a really
Yeah.
good job of making everything 3D and pop. But I'd say that's probably the most nostalgic for me, just because I'm old enough to remember back whenever all those games were 2D and pixelated.
Yes. Yeah. Good point. I like that. I think that's
Uh,
huge. Is whenever a game they either do a remake or it's just um like some of the remasters they do is like pretty fucking crazy because there's some pretty old uh games, like people still wait for like I think that'd be huge nostalgic for me because Battlefront 2, like you have Battlefront 2 on like the new one. It's been out for a couple of years now, but I mean even though that one was really good when it just came out, it doesn't have the features that the original Battlefront 2 had. Like for me, one of the coolest memories, because I love Star Wars, was being able to take a ship when you're in the fleet battles, fly it into the other enemy ship if you want, try to break into their ship, and then go into like the engine room and destroy like different shit, like their comms, their defense system, and then like the main engine, and then you have to hurry up and basically like you either have to hurry up and get out of there, or it might just be like victory because basically the fucking ship's about to blow. But that was there was like so much stuff where it's like, yeah, if they made like a remake of like certain games, it's kind of like it'd always just be so nostalgic. 'Cause you'd be thinking back to like when you're younger and you remember when it's like the graphics were so like shittier, but it's weird too. It's like the weirdest effect is like when you're younger, like you remember it looking so good because that's what you're used to. And then whenever you go back to those games, you're like, what the fuck? This looks like ass. So funny as shit.
We all have high standards now. But
Yeah.
speaking of remakes that did really good, I'd say Final Fantasy did it really well. I don't know if you ever played any of the Final Fantasy games or not, but
Hmm. I never did actually. No, I haven't played one single Final Fantasy game.
not one.
I used to watch my I used to watch my uncle play them though. I do remember that. I think the PS3 when the PS3 was the big console for PlayStation. When it was on that generation of it, I watched him play those ones.
No, that was one of the biggest games that I played on my DS whenever I still had it was Final Fantasy. I don't remember exactly which one it was, but it's probably my most played game on DS.
Isn't there like fucking 20 of them or something?
There's probably more than that at this point.
Yeah, they always have like what the Roman numerals.
Yeah.
And it's like Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 9. It like looks so fucking crazy. There's like so many of
I
them, I
don't
feel
know
like.
exactly how many there are, but I know there are at least 15. Because
Holy
I remember
shit.
playing Final Fantasy 15 on my Xbox One whenever I still had it. Or maybe I played it on PC. I
Wow.
don't know. I played it on something, but there's at least 15 of them.
Holy shit.
I got a really interesting one for you now.
Mm.
I think I know what your answer is going to be, but we'll see. You might surprise me. What game do you wish you could experience again for the first time?
Oh. Oh
That's a
man.
deep one.
Yeah. Because sometimes like some of these games, like it's not just the individual experience, it's like sometimes who you played it with or who you were around. And it's like to go back to that time, like I have somebody who I have in mind, but I had a falling out with him like a year and a half ago or something. But like uh so many of these games, like he was a role player too. Like we just hop on a video call and like we'd role play like games. Like I took it really seriously. Like we'd be playing Elder Scrolls Online and I would do the accents and everything. I'm like, how could I how could I truly represent and embody a Nord in like Elder Scrolls Online? Like I gotta be a Nord, so I have to have like a really like thick northern accent or whatever, and like we just role play and he'd play like a Southern Imperial. But that's I'm saying that because it's like some of these games that I think about are like they're tied to people too. So like they extra cling on to, and you're like, oh, that was a good memory. So you brought up Forge earlier, and I just feel like there's some kind of piece to like because he's a part of those memories too, the person I'm talking about. But it's like I gotta say, I feel like the damn Halo games. Like, I feel
Well,
like
we're pretty
that was
consistent there,
like
at least.
yeah, I think specifically Halo Reach because when Halo Reach came out, that guy I'm talking about, we play Halo Reach and then we'd play Forge a lot too. Like that was huge. Like when kind of like once you've done all the survival, like they have like the survival or the firefight. It's called firefight. Once you like do those enough, you're just kind of like just like fucking chilling on Forge. And then him and I would do Forge. We'd make cool ass compounds or something like that, like on Forge Island. Make just something so cool. Even Halo 4 went all out. Some of the maps you could do Forge on. Halo 4 is badass too, but Halo Reach specifically because that's really where like Forge they redid it all. And I remember sitting there staying up with him all night, and we'd like build compounds, and then we'd role play, like do like tactics or like do something cool. And then like my sister, she was like she's younger, so but she was like still kind of she was like still like understanding of it. She's only like 3 years younger than me, but she would we'd use her as like, okay, well, there's like only three of us, so let's just try to figure out a way to use her in our storyline. So she would just be an extra character or something like that, and we'd just sit there and build the shit out of some cool compounds on Forge, and they could just role play scenarios all night and try to blow up each other's compounds or something. So that would be a cool one to experience again, like him and I like going through that, I guess.
No, one of my favorite things to do on Forged was build racetracks. We just build big ass
That's awesome.
racetracks connected to different
Yeah.
bases and just have a bunch of fun with that. But as far as what game I wish I could experience again for the first time, this was, I want to say when I was in middle school. I'm not exactly sure when this game came out, but it was one of the Diablo games. It was Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls.
Hmm.
That was the first game that I played that actually like blew me away, and I absolutely loved everything about it. I know you can get it on PC, so I'm probably gonna, whenever I get some money, I'm probably gonna buy it and download it so I can play it again.
Yeah. When did that one come out? I'm trying to think.
I can look it up real quick. I'm not exactly sure. It feels like it's been forever, but I know it hasn't been that long, surely. Let's see. It
Oh, you
came
were
out in
right on the money,
2012.
bud. 2012. Oh shit. Damn.
Yeah, that was like beginning of middle school for me.
Yeah, same here.
But
Shit.
I remember that game just absolutely blew me away. There's so many different classes of characters that you can choose from. I think my favorite one was playing as a demon hunter
Hmm.
because I always go for dexterity and DPS with basically any
Mm-hmm.
game that I play.
Oh, by the way, you were right. Like you were right on the money. For Final Fantasy, there's literally 16 mainline numbered Final Fantasy games as of 2026, and
Oh yeah,
it
they just made
says
a new one. I forgot about it.
yeah, it says the series has been running since 1987, creating a vast multi-genre library.
Holy hell! Since
Like there's
'87.
mainline since 1987. They've been making these games, and it says mainline parentheses numbered series, 16 games ranging from Final Fantasy 1 to Final Fantasy 16. And then it says there's sequels and prequels too. There's several prequels and sequels such as Final Fantasy X2, Final Fantasy X3-2, and Crisis Core Final Fantasy 7. There's other spin-offs too, like Final Fantasy Tactics, Dissidia, Crystal Chronicles, and many mobile games.
So there's probably realistically counting every single one of them, probably close to 30,
It's fucking
like
nuts.
25 to 30 games.
Nuts. Jeez. Damn, since 1987? Like, holy shit.
Okay, I know what your answer is going to be for this one, and it's probably going to be the same as my answer because we talked about this at the beginning of this episode. What game are you hooked on right now?
Oh, enlisted.
Enlisted. Yeah. We don't
Yeah,
even really have to get too deep into the why or whatever. Just a really good game. You like it. You
that's
introduced me
amazing.
to it. I started playing it. I fell in love in like the first 5 minutes. because it reminds me of
Beautiful
a
game.
more realistic Call of Duty game, and I like how much there is in it.
Yep, one round. All it takes is one round, and like the way the thud sounds, it's like so gruesome. Like you get hit, and you're like, oh fuck, I felt that. Like it really stresses you out. 'Cause you hear that thud, and you're like, oh, I just got fucking hit really hard, and you're either dead or you have just enough life in you to try to fucking patch yourself up, or have one of your other men in your squad patch you up.
Yeah,
It's
most games that do
it's
that give you like a minute or so. But what I like about Enlisted is the realistic aspect of it. Whenever you're using your med kit trying to patch yourself up after you get shot, it gives you like 10 seconds.
yeah, you're like fucking hemorrhaging. So they're like, yeah, you gotta patch yourself up. You're gonna die. You're bleeding. That shit's so awesome.
I know another
Great
thing I
game.
really like about it is like tank rounds or mortar artillery. Whenever their shells go off near you, it actually disorients you and you can hear it in your headphones. Everything just goes
Yeah,
like really high pitch, like really bad tinnitus. They
yeah.
put a
Bad to
lot
nice,
of
and
detail
then
into it.
the shake. It's not just like I don't know. Like I feel like other basic Call of Duty games, like you got your flashbang, like it's gonna blind you, but other than that, there's nothing too crazy, you know. Like a grenade goes off near you in the game, like the screen just flashes red if you're still alive, but you can still aim your gun perfectly straight. And then it's like usually it's just like whoever has the fastest remote, because you know some remotes are fancier than others, so it's like basically
Right.
whoever can like aim quicker. But um, you know, it's kind of like enlisted though. It's like when you go to throw the grenade, like there's a little bit of a timer on it, you know. But it's like when that fucker goes off, whether it's a stick of dynamite, uh, or if it's like just a normal grenade, you know, it's like you can almost feel it. Like a shit goes off in there, and it's like you either hear a bunch of screams because men are wounded inside the bunker, or you hear like nothing because it just wiped them out. And you see on your screen like you just wiped out a squad of men because it's a grenade in a bunker. Like, and you have to get far away too. Like, you do have to have some distance on you. Like, there's so much to it. It's realistic, and it's like so much appreciation for the people who made it.
For those of you who are listening, watching on YouTube, wondering what the fuck is Enlisted and why are these two guys obsessed with it, one of our, it might be the next gaming video that we do, or it might be the one after, I'm not sure. It'll probably be the next one that we do. We're gonna play it and we'll show you exactly what we're talking about and why we love the game so much.
And with me being a fucking German fanatic, I love uh, I just love like German military history for World War I and World War II. Like I love the Wehrmacht and just the tactics and just the organization and just how good they were. And I don't know, just so much organization. So yeah, whenever I go in there, I pretty much almost always play as Germany. I do have some good progression on USA because I have a bias because my unit when I was in the army was 82nd, B code 2504. So whenever I go in there, I usually just play as the 82nd, and then you can paratroop on there. You can be paratroopers, and you'll just literally be like fucking falling from the sky, and you see your other men with you in your squad. They're falling with you. And it's cool, but yeah, there's nothing like the voice acting in it too. Like they went like all fucking out with it. Like even Tyler got to experience it because he always hears me yelling it. Because I love like there's nothing like the sound of a German yelling in the middle of war, but it's like yeah yeah los geht's. It's like fucking yelling,
Yeah, I
and
remember that.
he got to hear it for the first time. It sounds so fucking cool. Uh, like if you're in a tank or if you're around a tank and everybody's charging and there's like machine guns going off, there's like artillery coming in, it's loud, and you just hear a bunch of Germans just yelling, "Yeah, yeah, los geht's!" Just getting all pumped up like they're on fucking roids. So yeah, the fucking voice acting is amazing. Just yelling Germans. Uh, it's really cool though because I feel like it really captures the essence of like you're going through a town and you know you hear men in like a building. You know you hear like American guys yelling. They're yelling like, "Lay into that motherfucker!" Just like sitting there, just yelling and shit. They're cussing, and then you hear like a German yell. It's like, "Ah, komm schon, Bastard! Ha ha!" They're just like headshot on the bastard. Ha ha! Like they're getting excited, fucking shooting an American in the head or something. It's the game gets nuts. But there's also Russians, Japanese.
which I play
Um,
the most.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know why I just
So
have a fascination with Japan and Japanese culture and everything. So I got excited whenever I saw that they let you play as Japanese soldiers if you want to on that game, and that was what I immediately fixated on and picked.
yeah, and as a proud fanatic of all things German, this is a giant schnauzer from Bavaria. Big old strong. All you can see, it kind of looks scary, but all you can see is like blackness and just these sharp teeth. That looks kind of scary. Oh god, that's my beast. Arr, show them off.
Yeah,
Show them off.
literally can't
Yeah,
see anything other than this a big black blob and some big ass fucking teeth.
that looks really scary. Oh my god.
You got
She's
a
a good
wolf
girl.
over
Her
there.
name's Vel. A little wolf. Yeah, but no, amazing game though. That one I can't wait to show everybody like what we're talking about.
Yeah, I might
Yeah,
suck ass at the game, but we'll definitely have some fun with it.
absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Here's another question for you. I already know my answer to this, but what game has made you rage the hardest?
For Honor.
For Honor? I don't think I've ever played that game. Explain a little bit.
Oof. Also pretty like shitty if you're trying to capture any essence of any uh accurate portrayals of anybody. You probably like it for the samurais. So you have three different like factions. Well, now it's expanded because like, the game's been out for since the Xbox One came out. But you have the Vikings, you have the Knights, and then you have the Samurai. Those were the original three, and there's different classes within. All physical combat, but like they're all different. Like you have bigger guys, like the Vikings. There's like the one guy he's called the Raider. He's got the two-handed axe. Then you have like the Berserker, who is my favorite. He has two axes and he's faster and he's like leaner. Uh, you have the Valkyrie, and then you have uh, who's the last guy? Oh, and then you have a Warlord. He was also my second favorite because he had just a shield. He's like a Huskar almost or something, and he had like a shield and a sword. And um, as the game goes on, like it's very much just like you aim up, left, or right for your stance and all that. And people got, I think after a while, it gets really fucking annoying because people are like tryhards, like they've been like neckbeards who've been playing it for like since the game fucking came out.
Don't
You're
make fun of
fine.
my
No,
neck
no,
beard.
I'm talking like no, I got the neckbeard. Uh, I'm talking like neckbeard, like like gross shit here. It's like the stereotypical like fat nerd, fucking sitting there just like keyboard warrior and shit. And
Like what you would imagine whenever somebody says Discord mod.
yeah,
Like the stereotype for that.
so yeah, it's so terrible, man. It's gotten bad, but um, it's all like basically just kind of like medieval, and um, you can play story on it. The story's pretty all right, but it's also just the uh the visuals after a while. It's just kind of like you're trying to like if you're trying to immerse yourself in anything, kind of stupid. Like most of the equipment on there, like the raider himself, the default look is he's got like horns on his like helmet. He's his whole all the skin showing. He isn't really like wearing much, and I'm trying to think what else. There's just a few things to it. Like some of it's pretty cool, but after a while you just run into the players who've just been playing it for so long that like there's just nothing you can do. Like it's so bad. Like they just run over you and they just keep trolling you too. Like you just keep running into them and it's just like I don't know. It's just gotten bad because it's been out for so long.
That
But
makes sense.
me and that guy I had that falling out with, we'd play the shit out of that. and we would get so pissed. And it's because like we'd even be like doing a 2-on-1, like, all right, let's corner this guy, let's fucking kill him. And they just spam looking left, right, and up, and they just do it so quick. Or it'd just be like you go to hit and they just parry it, and it's like ting, and you just can't hit them, and they just keep doing it because they know there's nothing you can do. And then yeah, it's we'd rage. It would only take one game, and we'd be like, yeah, fuck this, we're not doing this tonight. We'd go to a different game. So yeah, be glad you never played it.
I probably will play it
I haven't
now.
played. Oh, cricket. Yeah, good luck. It's terrible. It's gotten bad.
I would say, for me, the game that made me rage the hardest, I know exactly what it is, and I know exactly why. And I feel like you might be able to relate to it. And I know a lot of people that are listening and watching will be able to. Is Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. That one was really bad. Especially the part with the pursuer, just giant ass fucking knight, dude.
Hmm. Repeat the title. That's familiar.
Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the
Oh,
First
Dark
Sin.
Souls. Oh, okay. I didn't hear the first part. Yeah, Dark Souls. Oh God, I played like I played Dark Souls. Um, I think I played it one time, like third one, and then I was pretty much just done with it.
Yeah, it's
Just it was
bad.
yeah, it is not my kind of game. And then like Elden Ring came out and it's the same shit. It's like
Yeah,
basically
Elden
the
Ring is
same
basically
people.
the exact same thing as Dark Souls. I
Yeah,
think they were made
I
by the same people, actually.
I couldn't get into it. I also just the story. It was just very like I feel like it was just ultra fantasy kind of vibes, and it was uh I didn't really understand the concept, and then just the rage kind of stuff, like just like okay, he's this kind of boss, so all you can do is you just gotta keep spamming roll. You have to keep rolling out of the way, and it just kind of gets like kind of annoying, especially like when you're trying to look for some immersion, I guess, or like a fair fight where it's like not just spamming roll because they keep like throwing crazy attack like roll, 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 jump, 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 jump. It's like I want to be able to like block or like have a chance instead. It's just like you're fighting this crazy ultra demonic daddy entity. And you gotta you don't stand a chance. I don't know. It is such a rage game. It's not for me.
I will say, with Dark Souls 2, the story is really hard to follow in pretty much all of those games. I played the second one and the third one. I never played the first one, though. But I just played it just because I like running around and attacking enemies. That's literally the only reason that I got it. I didn't care about the story at all. But I got to the part with the pursuer, the guy that flies in on a horse, and he has a big ass fucking sword that's like 5 times as big as you are. I think he's the first main boss in that game. And I couldn't get past him, so I literally just hacked the game. I forgot what I used to hack it, but I just hacked it, gave myself all kinds of good weapons and armor and shit.
Wow. Yep. That'll do it.
Yeah, it got so bad, and I raged so hard that I literally hacked the fucking game
That's not.
just to progress from one boss.
I can do it.
Uh, this is the last question on the list. I kind of skipped a couple of them, but this one's pretty interesting, so I figured I'd go ahead and ask it now. If you had to pick one game that defines your gaming life, what would it be?
One game defines my gaming life. Man, interesting. Defines my gaming life.
Yes.
Hmm.
Kind
Hmm.
of a tough one, isn't it?
I'll let you go first this time. What's yours?
Okay. Mine
Heh.
is an easy pick for me, and I would say God of War Ragnarok.
Ooh.
Other than
Hmm.
Enlisted, that is probably my actual like all-time favorite game. Like I love Enlisted, but God of War Ragnarok is probably just a step above for me.
Uh,
And it brings back a lot
Ooh,
of nostalgia. I've played every single God of War game that has come out, and I love all of them. And I don't know, I just feel like that one would be the pick for me.
nice. Okay, yeah, that's yeah, I remember playing starting the God of War 4 and I remember how cool that was. The whole it was just so crazy, like just jumping into like Norse theme and shit, and it was really cool. And yeah, they were trying to like, accurately, for the most part, at least, portray all the deities and all that. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's a
especially
really good one.
Thor.
I like, yeah, Thor being red bearded, red haired, and like basically strong man look. You know, just strong as fuck and shit. And yeah, that was yeah showing Jörmungandr, and all the visuals were just stunning. Just crazy. But yeah, damn, that's a good one. I would have to say for mine then, probably the Mountain Blade games, Bannerlord 2. But I remember I had a Polish friend. His name was Andrew Sverkosz, and back in Bowling Green, Kentucky. You met him, Andrew. He showed me
Oh
to
yeah, I did meet him. I didn't know what his
yeah,
last name was.
yeah. So Sverkosz is how you'd say it, just for like an anglicized form, but the pronunciation for Polish is like a Sverkosz. Um, he uh he showed me Mountain Blade Warband, and then I remember literally just a couple of years ago, just like right before I got out of the army, Mountain Blade Bannerlord, so Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlord came out, and I'd say that was just huge. Like that's like the top tier, and it's pretty much the same as you. Like it basically Enlisted's up there because like Enlisted, I don't even have to be in a mood for like modern kind of style of warfare because honestly, I get more excited sometimes. I find myself getting more excited about like World War II, World War One era. I guess it's just something about like the simplicity of like it's like wood stock weapons. Like tanks were starting to become huge. There was just like a lot of strategy. I feel like um, I don't know, like a lot more thinking. Like it was like more danger, but it was like I guess a lot more thinking. Like all right, there's a fucking Panzer across the bridge. How are we gonna take out the Panzer? Do we have enough bazookas or anti-tank weapons? Or can we get guys that can we put suppressor fire? Can we get them to go put like dynamite or something? But these days it's like you try to play like a modern game, and it's kind of like you can fucking shoot a tank from who fucking knows what the range is on it, and with a fucking uh, Carl G or like a javelin, yeah, like sitting there, you got all that stuff. So I always find like World War One, World War Two, um, to be like kind of interesting. So that's why Enlisted's kind of still up there because I can kind of just get excited, and it's just a realistic game too. Like I feel like there's not really many games at all there wanting to really do realism. So, but yeah, for me, since it's not Enlisted, even though Enlisted is up there, I would say, um, yeah, I'd have to say, fucking Bannerlord, Mount Blade 2, Bannerlord.
Never
We'll have
played
to
it.
play that one. Yeah, you gotta play it. First one's really good, but the second one's amazing. You create your own guy. You got they just had even Grimfrost, their song, "Put Your Back into the Ore." Uh, they actually covered it for the new. It just came out like a few months ago. Was the new like the Nords expansion? Because in the base game of Bannerlord 2, there was the Sturgians, who basically are kind of like the Nords, but they're supposed to be kind of like when the Swedes they went into Ukraine and they became the Kievan Rus. That's kind of like what all their armor stuff is. Everything's very like again, it's also very kind of like realistic, like all the equipment and the visuals and the symbols. Like you can have your own clan, you can name your own clan, you can have kids on there. Combat system I think is actually pretty good, but the symbols and stuff. It's like real Norse and Germanic symbols, but it's not just the only people you can be. You have it's a huge world. Mass was called Calradia and or Calradia, and in the north you have the Sturgians. But since the Grimfrost, they when they uh, were helping out with that and stuff, and they released that song, or they put that song into it. They were like, "You got a new Nord expansion. It's the Vikings basically, and it's like it's called War Sails is the expansion, and now it's like sea combat as well, like having navies and shit. Um, but you play as your guy, but it's so fucking cool because it's like when your guy dies, whether he dies in combat or whether he just dies of old age or something, the game doesn't end really. You can continue it because you've had kids or something like that. If you decided to have kids, which is pretty much recommended, or your siblings, anything like that. Like you can play as them when you die. But yeah, you have
That's
like
pretty
the
cool.
Nords now, the Sturgians, the Vlandians. I like the Vlandians a lot because they're a lot like Normans slash Anglo Saxons kind of, but they're a little bit more knight like. So their big thing is like heavy cavalry, like there's horses on there. Um, but you have huge armies though. Like you start off and it's just you. Like if you want to, the whole game could just be you going around. You can be a trader, like just trading. Um, but really the key of the game is you want to end up becoming king because you can start your own kingdom. But uh, yeah, eventually you keep upgrading your skills. You focus a lot on stewardship. That's your quickest way of being able to have a bunch of men. And yeah, you can have like hundreds of men, like without even having to summon like armies from other lords. You can have hundreds of men, and it's huge scale battles. And it's tactics. It's kind of like a little bit like enlisted somewhat, but you tell them shield wall or line formation, make a wedge formation, make a spread out formation, and you can choose how many of each unit you have as you're upgrading them. Like, I want this many like huskarls, or I want this many spearmen, or this many archers. But it goes fucking huge into depth. That's why for me, when I want to really escape and I just want to express like Anglo-Saxon like pride or something through like a game and get lost in like this cool world. Um, or if I just want to act like I'm a Viking or something, it's a really good game, especially with the new War Cells expansion, because now it's like they really have like a Viking ship and shit, and you have like a fleet that you can command, and fucking naval battles and shit, man. So we definitely have to play that together because it is like for me, it's like the ultimate game.
I'd be
It's kind of
down.
almost it feels, yeah, it feels almost like possibilities are endless. Like you just get lost. This whole medieval world.
All right, we're a little over an hour, so to wrap it up, I got five rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
What is your favorite console ever?
Man,
You have to pick one.
pick one. Oh fuck. Oh shit. It's so tough because do I like is PC part of it, or are we thinking like actual consoles?
Uh, fuck. Now you got me thinking. Does
Yeah,
PC
no, because
count? Let's say
I feel
PC
like
does
it's
not
in.
count.
Okay, sweet. Xbox One.
Xbox One.
Yeah.
I would say Nintendo DS for the nostalgia factor of it.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
Favorite game soundtrack. I already know mine off the
Oh,
top of my head.
favorite game soundtrack. Oh, it's between Halo and Doom. Like when the new Doom game came out, like about like 5 or so years ago. I feel like Doom because I think the adrenaline I got from killing monsters and they redid the whole Doom sound. Like I still listen to that when I go to the gym or I'm working out. Just like fucking
Hey, if it
like
works.
just hardcore metal. Yeah. So, yeah.
I would say the song Suteki Dane from Final Fantasy. I don't know if you've ever actually listened to it or not, but it's one of the songs that Bailey always plays on guitar, that finger picking song. It sounds really nice.
Yeah,
I would say that one's probably my favorite all-time soundtrack, just because I just love the way it sounds.
yeah, it is pretty. I do know what you're talking about now. I also hear it a lot too. 'Cause I like I always get recommended random YouTube shorts, and it's like one of the ones where it's like somebody ends up playing that one, and it does sound pretty, yeah, very peaceful.
Most overrated game,
Oh God, fucking probably any of the new Call of Duties.
because they're all basically the same. They don't really change much in them.
It's terrible. All the games, really. That's why I like Enlisted. I cling to the older stuff. Even like Battlefield 1 is really good. The one that's based on World War One. Battlefield 5, that one was World War Two. Battlefield 4, that's like classic. People still are on those ones, but everything else that kind of came out after that, everything's mimicking the same shit. It's like Fortnite or PUBG kind of vibes, and it's like I played Fortnite with my wife, and it's like it can be really fun, but it's like if I want to play Fortnite, I'll go to Fortnite, but it's like I don't want every game to be based on the format of like Fortnite, and
Yeah, every
it's just
single
kind of
game is just a
cringy.
giant battle royale.
It's just so cringy because like every talk to like, yo, bro, you play COD? And it's just like it's like a trendy thing. It's like COD or it's I don't even know. So for me, it's really overrated because you don't really hear as many people saying like, "Yo, man, you play Enlisted?" It's just kind of like I feel like quality people play, Enlisted, and I just feel like the rest of the people who are like, "You play COD, bro?" It's just kind of trendy people. I don't know. COD.
For me, you're not gonna like my answer probably, but I would say the most overrated game other than Call of Duty, because you already said that I can think of is GTA 6.
GTA 6. Whoa, interesting answer. Whoa, dang. There
The
is a lot of hype around it.
There is, and people have been waiting on that game for many years now. Like literally years, they've been waiting on it, and it still hasn't come out, and it's probably not going to come out for a few more years. But that's why I would say it's overrated, is because there's no, as far as I know, there's no clear release date for it, and it's just taking them so long to push it out.
Taking a bit, and I'm really excited for it because like the little pictures they show, it shows how like ultra realistic it looks. Like it looks almost crazy, like it's sort of the streets of Miami. Like it looks pretty wild. So it looks amazing, and I hope they add more realism. It'd be cool. More realism, the better. But it's just kind of like, yeah, it's I'm not really part of the huge hype. Like I don't really get ultra excited. Like I get excited about games that like Enlisted. I've been getting back into Enlisted, obviously, and then you and I have been playing it now, and it's kind of like I get excited just about things, or it's like you know what can what can feel make me feel wholesome. I guess it's
Right.
kind of like something that is wholesome, and Enlisted is one of those games right now, and I don't know. For me, it doesn't have to be like a new game or like something huge for it to be make me feel whole because yeah, I know if I was to spend fucking $80 since games are like getting up to $80 now. I don't need to spend $80 on the new COD because it's the newest COD. Even like I don't need to buy the newest hockey game like I like hockey. I have one of the newest ones, NHL 25, but I don't need to buy NHL 26. I just got lucky and it was on Game Pass, so I have NHL 25 for free, but I don't need to spend money on the newest thing. Like I like now this is pretty old, like it's like 10 or like over 10 years old and like tons of people still play it.
And
Like
it's free.
takes and it's free. It's free to play. It's like it's beautiful and it's just like how is this free? Like this is huge. Like the mechanics, it's like so realistic. It's just nuts. And you know, so yeah, I would agree though. I think there's too much a little too much hype over it. It's just kind of like, but I don't know. I feel like we're not really super trendy.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody wants to be trendy and what's the newest game?
The biggest reason I would say it's overrated is because I don't really know if it's going to be worth the wait, considering how long we've been waiting on it to come out. I don't know if it's going to be worth it or not, or if it's just going to be too similar to GTA 5. Most underrated game.
Man, for underrated, it might have to be, um, honestly, Enlisted, like, back to that.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Yeah, I think Enlisted, because um, people I think I've seen comments, like, when I try to like, I watch, like, little YouTube videos and people will say, like, "Oh, it's not what it used to be," but, like, because they say there is, like, a little bit more, like, paying to win kinda things, but for me, I'm just, like, I don't really notice it a whole lot, like, I've been playing for so long now, my battle rating is so high, I still have never paid a single dime, and I still feel like I have a really good fighting chance, and it's just also, like, I feel like cut them some slack for doing something like that. Like they give you so much free shit. If they made a little less unavailable, maybe it's just because they're like, because it's already a free game. I feel like if it's a free game, and they still give you at least like three-quarters of the game that is free, and they're just like, oh, if you just pay a little bit of money, you can have all access to these other units, But it's like you still have like a fighting chance. I don't know. But some people try to find any reason to, be like, it's not what it used to be, man. It's just,
There's always gonna be
you
those
know,
people.
it's Yeah, well, it's just perfectly fine, but I think it is underrated. I feel like there's plenty of people that are playing it right now because it takes like 5 seconds to find a match. It jumps us right in, but I think more people should probably play it. It's really good.
I would agree for basically the same reasons. It is an underrated game. I just got into it, but yeah, I agree on that one. Uh, Last question. What is one game that you never finished that you want to finish? Like something that you just got distracted from and never got around to.
Oh, damn. Uh, I'd have to say never finished, huh? Wow.
Or do you beat all your games?
Um, actually, there's actually a lot of people who have beaten Elder Scrolls 5, like Skyrim, and I always go back because I like medieval stuff. Like sometimes like I used to be way more into fantasy stuff, but not really as much anymore. Like I like stuff where it's like men on men, it's like armies. You know what I mean? Like using strategy, tactics, and all that. And so for me, I always just go back and I'll create a new character, but he ends up just staying a Nord. It's just maybe a slight different style because I just like the Nords. Not big of a fantasy person, so like I don't want to play as a cat, Khajiit, or an elf, or an orc or something. Like
Yeah, I think the
I just
Nord
usually
is
just want.
what I always played as too.
Yeah, I'd usually either do a Nord or a Breton, and I always just do Nord, but I'd go and I like the Civil War. I like the Civil War campaign, and you choose a side, and I pretty much most of the time I always choose Stormcloaks, and then there was a cool mod, because like when it came out on Xbox One, they did the re-release and all that, and like remastered. They had it to where you could do mods on the Xbox, and so yeah, and you could go in there and you can literally be like mod it to where there's more fortresses that have like Imperials stationed there, and you have to go fight them. And no, I never finished the game though. I never. I think I beat the Alduin one where you fight the main dragon at the end, but other than that, though, it was so much more I just never did. And I see all these people who are like, yeah, I've done this and I've done this. I've done all these weird little side quests, and I got married and I did this. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, it it takes a lot of time. So yeah, I'd say that one. Either that or Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is pretty big. Same people, but different vibe.
I would say for me, I haven't finished this game. I just started playing it again, but I really want to finish it. Is God of War Ragnarok, the same game I mentioned earlier. But I keep getting distracted with other things, and also there's so much to that fucking game. Like if you just do the main story and focus on it, it takes like 50 hours straight to beat it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then if you want to do all the side quests and 100% exploration and everything, then it's easily over 100 hours worth of gameplay. But that's probably the biggest one that I want to finish that I haven't got around to yet.
that's actually right on my list too. Because um, even just God of War 4, um, but then also yeah, God of War Ragnarok. I've never even played the Ragnarok one, but even just the God of War 4, where they first are in the Norse world. I think I played like probably 2 to 3 hours of total gameplay time, and it's just so fucking huge. Like even just like I think back to before you even get the bridge set up to where you can start to go to the different realms. I just think back to how long that even took. Like you're going on the water, you look up at Jormungandr, and you just see like how much ocean there is and shit, and like how much like fucking little tunnels you can go through, and just how long it takes is insane. Like it's fucking it's fucking nuts. Yeah, that'd be in my list too.
Anyways, any final thoughts or words or anything before we do an outro and wrap up the episode? I don't have anything,
I
but
don't, I do not have anything. I I don't know. I had a lot of fun with that. I think it did. I think this was a really good idea for an episode on your part because I think just the nostalgia, like the the interesting feelings in the heart, that aren't always felt. But I think video games are a huge part of a lot of people's nostalgia. 'Cause I think we
yep.
live in a really interesting time where like so many games are coming out and so many games have come out that we've lived through, and it's like we're in this interesting period where it's like a lot of games that are coming out are pretty shit. So I feel like what makes us happier and more
They're
wholesome
all
is thinking back
repetitive
to
too.
very repetitive. So yeah, I think it's really good for the heart. So I loved it. It
But
was awesome. This is a
uh,
good episode.
I agree that this was a good episode. I will also say before we do the outro, uh, most of the time whenever we do the podcast episodes, it's usually me asking a bunch of questions and usually you doing most of the talking and me just asking. But with this one, I feel like both of us talked a pretty good bit, pretty good amount for it. It's definitely the most that
Absolutely.
I've talked in an episode. I
This
noticed
actually
that,
is.
especially right off the
This
bat.
yeah. So yeah. I think I think doing more like these for sure. Lighthearted ones will be really good. I think you know, something where we can also relate to other people. Not everybody wants to hear history or in-depth like philosophy, of course, like it's understandable. So
Yeah.
another really nice thing that gets to people's hearts is movies, TV.
I was gonna say
My
we can
wife and
do
I
that for a future episode is covering different movies and TV shows and stuff because I,
movies
I feel like
because
we can
I'm
talk about that a
actually
lot too.
yeah, and I think the next episode um, I'll have to let the people know and let you know how the Avatar 3 is because my wife and I want to take it off here. We're about to watch Avatar 3. So I think yeah, movies are awesome too because there's so many memories there too.
Outro time.
Showtime. Come here. Well, everybody, this has been another episode of the Teutonic Tangents. I wanted to bring my good old Bavarian Schnauzer, giant Schnauzer, up here to say goodbye as well. But again, it's a little lighthearted episode, and I think it was awesome. Tyler came up with one like this. It's really good, and yeah, just be on the lookout. Again, we got chapter 1, Culture of the Teutons coming. I want to start reading, um, really actually consistently reading Beowulf here. Uh, start reading that and going into it. It actually has it both in Old English and in Modern English. So it's kind of cool. Can kind of show people how that sounds, and just for more future ideas, of course. But, but yeah, just be on the lookout. And I guess other than that, everybody, guten Abend, and be well, everyone. Thank you.